Okay. Hello. So I'm live again. I think my sound is properly coming. Please make sure. Okay, one thing, maybe there is a mark, so maybe I should position this at here. Is this good? Yeah, this is good indeed. So what I want actually, just give me some time, just let me share the link. Yeah, this is good indeed. Yeah, sound is coming properly. Just give me some time. Share it. Just a minute. Okay, here it goes actually. So let me set the context for the video actually. So we will be coding something using Solidity that you all know, that is called smart contracts. So before starting smart contracts, let me give you a very niche understanding about what is Web3, what is decentralization and all. So basically I will start. You have something like MetaMask. So MetaMask have what? MetaMask is basically a wallet. Wallet means what? You have Google Pay, you have Phone Pay, you have the other bank accounts in your banks. So what MetaMask does, or what actually this coin does, this digital currency, that there is a term digital currency, what it does, it actually stores your money somewhere, and you can send the money to person. Like I want to send $1, let's say dollar. I'm just assuming there is dollar because there is no unit like dollar. There is Ethereum, there is Solana, there is Avalanche, there is Bitcoin, something like that. So I'm sending $1 to another person. So I am transferring money to me to another account. There is no middle agent. I am not sending the money to the bank and the bank account. So what is actually doing here, I'll just get 2-minute time to just go through the matter. So this is me. I am sending 1 USD to my friend. So in the traditional centralized process, what it does, it actually in between of the two, there is a middleman, that is we call as a bank, and I am sending 1 USD. That USD I am actually sending to the bank at first, the traditional banks, the centralized process, and the bank processes the payment. If that is successful, he returns it to my friend. So I am A, this is my friends. That time the B is getting the money. Now in the decentralized process like Bitcoin, Solana, Avalanche, Ethereum, what it does, I am sending money directly to my bank, my friend. There is no middleman or a centralized entity that can control the all transactions. Now one thing you may ask, why actually there is a need of having a decentralized entity. Because everything was quite fun and quite easy when we have a centralized party, but just there are so many cases. What is the cases? Let's say I am just having one situations. Let's say you have just gone to a lottery site I mean lottery, there are so many websites like stake and something like that. So you have gone here, and what they proposed ki brother, if you win, we will give you $1 million. I don't know this is $1 million or not. So they promised the entity, this is the entity or the CEO of the lottery website, of the gambling website. They promised that ki brother, if you win, we'll give you $1 million. Now let's say you own, but simultaneously they just say ki no brother, he just make a swap and just say ki I will not give the money. So this is called promises and fake promises. To get rid of that fake promises, what we will make ki we will create something called blockchain. Now what does it mean by blockchain? We have something called blocks, and these blocks will be connected via something very similar to a linked list, right? So when A is sending money to B, C and D, if B makes a pinky promise or just tell key or just invoke a malicious stuff, C and D will also be hampered. They will say ki brother, yeah, B just have something crazy, so we will just will not use that. Mainly this. Why? Because B's address are stored, C's address are stored, everyone's address or signature, that is a term in smart contract development, so that is stored somehow, that to be actually tell ki brother he has done something that is actually malicious. So we will get rid of that stuff. Very similar to that. Now these set of rules, that B does what, C does what, and the first block is called Genesis block. These sort of rules are called smart contracts. What I'm saying? So in the previous video someone just said ki I should use the white screen so that that will be very good to visible. So yeah, that is called smart contracts. And also let me just change the color, Alt Z, yeah, there you go. So that is called smart contracts. Now we will write the most of the smart contracts using Solidity, that is a programming language, something like C, C++, Java, Python and all. So yeah, so basically what it does, it basically sets some sort of rules. Upon that rules we will compile the language and deploy it somewhere else. Now where we will deploy, there are two types of okay, so there are two types of chain, that is called L1 and L2. Now you most of the thing you will just go overlook what is there. So basically L2 just saying there is one thing called ZK sync, and basically L1 is the traditional stuff called Avalanche, Polygon, Ethereum and all. Okay, so that L2 are built on the top of L1. Just understand this. Okay, so what we will do, we will try to understand the language Solidity. This is not a tutorial. First of all, this is I will be experiencing the Solidity language. I will most of the time using documentations and just try to write something very similar and very niche of Solidity code and try to at least learn that how the Solidity language works under the hood. So this was the prerequisite. I think I have not taken much time. Yeah, I've just taken oh shit, I have just taken 10 minutes. Okay, awesome. So I will be using most of the time Remix IDE. So what is the prerequisite of the video? You should have a MetaMask account and at least have something 0.394 Sepolia ETH. So what is this Sepolia ETH does? It is a free money. You can just go to Sepolia Faucets, and the first link you can just go to Alchemy, Google Cloud and all. Here you will paste your wallet address. What does it mean? This one, this address, just paste it here and just claim the money. So I have tried it earlier, so I will not get it right now. So you will get it, right? You will get it. So it will give you 0.5 USD, sorry, 0.05 Sepolia ETH, right? I will just request you, don't use the real money in this sort of experiment and all. Yeah, so I'm using Remix IDE. This is very niche and they have created and they have set it everything. So let me create a workspace. Okay, let me create a blank project because I will start from very niche. So that will be what I'll do, live Solidity code. There you go. And yeah, I will initialize a GitHub repository for YouTube. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so first thing I should need a simple, I write a smart contract dot sol. There you go. So the extension is SOL. Now what we will do, we will just open the traditional Solidity, Ethereum Solidity. So I will just learn Solidity. There I go. There is a, yeah, Solidity, this one, no, not this one, not this one. Solidity, I just want the valid documentation. Oops, there you go. Yeah, two people is viewing, but somehow they have left. Yeah, there you go. So I think yeah, this is the everything. Now what I will do, I will just try to make something very niche here, and just after that I will just come on the documentations and all. So okay, at first we will need something called a license. License means what? That is a proof on the code that you build the code having this sort of license. The license means that we had license of our gun, our car, our bike and all. So this is very niche or something like that. So SPDX license. So when you don't have, just use the MIT. MIT means what? MIT you have used, if you have used GitHub, so that time you know that there is a called MIT license. I have pretty few MIT license. The next thing is called a version. When you are writing Solidity code, these two things are needed. The next thing called a version. Version means the Solidity version. So most of the time we'll be using 0.8.18, but there are pretty few versions. But according to the what else? According to the experts, this is the most stable version. I don't know this is true or not, but yeah, I know this. So Pragma Solidity. Then the version name 0.8.18. There you go. Now this is the thing. So if I compile, if I want to compile, there is a button. You can see there is a Ethereum button, and if I just hover, there is Solidity compiler written on. If I compile it, it is saying ki no compilation yet, no contract compiled yet. So what does it mean? Because I hadn't written any contracts here. So in Java we usually start from this like class something, or in C++ also if I write object oriented programming, but here I also do the same. So there is thing called contract TRACT contract, and the name of the contract I will use smart contract, and there I go. So basically this is the first thing, and if I try to compile it, you can just press Ctrl or Command. If you are using Mac, Command S or Ctrl S, or you can manually come here and just compile it up. Okay, awesome. Now just try to write something very similar function. So I will do what? I will create a function to store some value. So this will be the very niche stuff I'll be doing. After that I'll just exploding everything using the documentation. Create a function to store some value, get the value after that. There I go. So function stored okay, I'm storing the value, so I need something called uint. So there are two types of variable. If I just come here and just, yeah, there is called variables. If I control if uint, yeah, you can see uint 256 or uint. That doesn't mean, that means unsigned integer. It means what? uint, that means the integer that don't have any signed value, and there is called int, that is normal integer. Another thing called bool, that is the boolean, I mean yes, no, true, false, 0, 1, something like that. Okay. And this is called everything here. If you know what is the programming language, if you know Rust, you know that when we declare a integer or a variable, integer most of the time, we use something called number of bytes. So here also we will use int 256, int 144, int 12, uint unsigned integer, something like that. So yeah, obviously, so I can write uint 256, let's say number, or I don't know it is a taken variable or not. What I'll say, choiced number equal to 9. Now if I just compile it, it compiles. Now as of a sudden we know ki we are storing some variables name, and there is a choiced number. Now if I just store this and compiles, it compiled, but the most of the programming language it will not. Why? It will say, brother, what is the value of the choice number in this position? That is initialized into zeros when I don't initialize a value like xyz, so that time that will be 0. Awesome. So yeah, now what I want people will just store some value, and if you just worry ki why I'm getting this sort of what is called ki copilot mode, so there is a thing called disable remix AI copilot and enable. So I'm just enabling, just this is actually give you a nice environment of coding, something like that. Okay, so I want a function store that we will take, that is called some parameters, so that will take some value. So what I will take, it will take a uint 256, and one thing, if you don't write anything, that is also 256 by default. Okay, and this is called a local variable. When we write now, there's a function, simple functions, and the function scope is only inside that functions. So that time that is called local function, and this is called local variable, not function, sorry, local variable, and this is called global variable. In the local variable we use underscore in between, in previous of that variable. So this is the initialized stuff. There you go. So I think choiced number. So people will give the choiced number, and this is public. There is a thing called these. Actually, I have my mind actually blown up. Ki there are other language, in the other programming language, what it does ki public static void main, something like that, or in C++ we just write public double colon and write the code, but here we write it after completion of the initialization of the functions. Okay, so public, it will store some value. So how it will store the value? You can write ki it just given everything. So yeah, it does hit ki choiced number will be equal to this. So we also know ki the equality works from this side to this side. I mean, if I just come on my side, so that will be right side to the left side. So the right side value will be go to the left side value. So yeah, so choiced number is equal to choiced number. This value will be going to this value. Awesome. Now if I compiles and runs it, it runs. Now the thing ki Devan, I have written the code. I have written the code. Now how I will get the code? How I will run the code? Most of the time, how do I will run the code? Yeah. But yeah, so there is a thing called deploy and run transactions. So first of all, one thing you also have to remember that this is a transaction based programming language. That is, try to deploy some smart contracts, right? It is not like a other random programming language that I write some bunch of programming stuff, some bunch of scripts, and it will run. Yeah, indeed it is, but yeah, somehow I have to just develop stuff. Okay, so deploy and run transaction, if I click on it, then I get a something a very what else, a very weird page. Now what it does, so before knowing that, let me come on my MetaMask and try to transact, how to send money to one account to another account. So I have two accounts. Let's have two accounts. One is Debayan and another one is account 1. Account 1 balance is 0.0191 Sepolia ETH and Debayan's balance is 0.0394 approximately 4 Sepolia ETH. So I want to send 0.01 Sepolia ETH to Debayan to account 1. Now how I will send? There is a button called send, and I have to just click on account 1 and I just say 0.01 Sepolia ETH and I continued. It takes key, yes, you send this money and estimated fee is this. Now what is this? If you just, there is a click called right button. If I click on it, there is a thing called low, market and aggressive. That means that is called a gas fee. Edit gas fee. So if you want to understand the gas, basically, so gas is means once I am sending money to you, I mean another user, some money will be deducted as a gas fee or transaction fee, right? That means what, how I will determine, there is a thing called low, aggressive and market. That means that how many people will be using that blocks right now. If that increases, my price will be increases. If decreases, my price will be reduced. Something like that. There are more concepts. If you want to just go and yeah. So I confirm. Yeah. And this is pending. So yeah, I will wait. I'll wait some time and just drink some water. It indeed will take some time. If you want, you can just speed up and continue. Yeah, I have a pop-up key transaction successful, transaction 2 confirmed, V1 Sepolia Etherscan. Let me, in the Sepolia Etherscan, I can see the all stuff, transaction hash. This is the status indexing. This is the block means what, on which block I am working on, right? On which block I am working on. And 3 block confirmation. That means what, if that is a malicious blocks transaction, that I will not get a confirmation, right? That is called block confirmation. So from this account, I mean that from my previous account, if I click on that, I can get key there. The balance is 0.234. Yeah, there I go. 0.235 approximately. If I deduct the gas fee at 0.34, that is the blocks I'm working on. And if I go to 2, there I go, 0.02. I have increased the balance in my account 1. Awesome. Now account 1 have 0.297, approximately 0.296, because they deduct actually the gas fee, right? And there is a value, transaction fee, how much fee I have given, gas price on that present time that I am just showing, the gas limit, gas fees and all, how much burnt I have, how much. So there is a called input sales and more. I can just review. So yeah, this is how I can transact money. Now how the things works under the hood, if you want to understand, you have to just deploy that stuff. Okay, so let me use at first the traditional VM, and this is the account, and just look at the account. Okay, just look at the account balance. It have 100 ether. Okay, so this is the free that is provided by Remix. So they have 1100 ether. If I deploy the smart contract, just there you see, if I just if I just open this, I got a right mark, and it is saying ki something that good happened. Okay, that means the green saying. If I just open it up, it have given everything that I have seen here, the transaction has and all. Oops, stay on the page. Okay, it given the transaction has, the block number, everything, the transaction cost, execution cost, logs, and everything that I have seen in the transaction. So ultimately I am transacting money to one block to another block. This is the everything stuff. Now if I want to see that what I have done, so I can see I have a if I just I have a function called store value. If I just store 51 store, I got another right message. So if you just want to see, I have just 24, just store the value. Yeah, I got another right mark, and yeah, this is got successful, and the block number something like very niche, something like that. Yeah, there you go. Now you say ki Deban, I have seen ki I have stored the value somehow, somewhere in the block. I have stored my favorite number. Now can I see it? Because I cannot see it, right? I store the value somehow. Can I? Yeah, you can. How? Function get what I'll say, I say retriever, retrieve. Is this the correct spelling? So it will not grab anything, it will just public and return something, returns 256, right? And this will be a pure function or few function, because and it will return the choiced number. So yeah, I got a that is called warning. Yeah, I got a warning, and it is saying ki function state mutability can be restricted to view, because I am not actually changing the number. If I do choice number +1, that time I will see ki it will see, if I just compile view, public view, there I go. If I compile, that compiled successfully. If I delete it and then deploy and just click on that, I stored 1 to 21, stored it, stored. If I just open it, stored. If I retrieve, there I go, that is 21. Now you will see now you can see the balance is reduced from 99 to 99.999992608. The balance is deducted. Now how you will understand, and how you will money is going, how you will understand, because when the money will be deducted from you, you will understand, right? This is the first thing you should do. Yeah, so I will injected MetaMask at first. I will use my MetaMask. Yeah, there I go, and it will connect. So let me just try to connect. Let me 0.1x. No, I don't want it. Account only connect. Yeah, so it is connected. It have 0 ether. I don't know why 0 ether. XB yeah, I don't know, maybe if I deploy it, I don't know why the balance is not showing. Yeah, it balance now, it showed. If I deploy, the transaction execution likely fail. Okay, I have much gas, I have too much gas. That gas fee is not equal to here. So what I can do, I can actually just open a big account, like I think this one. it have 0.2. so if I copy this, yeah, there I go, and if I deploy, yeah, if the balance justifies, that time I can do it. So you can see I have 0.03, that is the estimated fee that will be deducted if I want to deploy this function. I want to do another time, and just try to do it at first. Yeah, confirm. So it is pending, it will take time, because what is doing under the hood, creation of the smart contract. Yeah, transaction confirmed, and I have deployed on my test net. So it has taken this much of gas, this much of transaction cost and all, everything is written here. And if I deployed, after deploying, I have stored 23. When I will store, I have to give another money because I am changing inside of that blocks. Understand? I am changing the block, so I have to give money in that case. If I store, I have to give money. If I confirm, it will take time, and yeah, if I confirm, that will be the end. Yeah, it is confirmed. I can view on the Etherscan, or yeah, if I retrieve, I can get 23, but for retrieving I have not to give money because I don't using something to write on some block content. I'm just viewing. Yeah, there I go, I can just view. So this is the traditional way to deploy via using a testnet, via using, you can just use, if you want to use something very important stuff, you can use my network, or you can just connect your wallet. There I go. So I think we are okay. Sorry, you can just connect your wallet, and now I'm using testnet. Yeah, now this is the time to yeah, explore the Solidity documentation. First thing what we will do, we will install and all structures of a contracts. There I go. So that means actually that we actually did in our traditional programming language, that is having a structure. You can see key state variables, structure of a contract, how the structure, sorry, the structure of a contract, how the structure of a contract does. So we actually did it. Yeah, this is called events are okay, so let me just make one separate window at, this is the remix state, so one separate window at here and one separate window at here, right? So, and I am opening remix, so this will be awesome. So it is saying, just toggle that out. So it is saying events. So yeah, let me just take what is the events. It is saying event highest bid increased address of bidder. Okay, so if I just want to say what is the address, so just let me just do one thing. Just yeah, so I have here the smart contracts program. Now let's say I want to create another program called I will just use here random.sol, a simple random.sol that will use a simple SPDX license identifier, pragma, solidity, then the version 0.8.18. there I go, contract random, there I go. So this is the simple stuff. Now I want to import this function. How so like other programming language, import, you can just, if we want to import everything, you can just do dot slash smart contract dot sol, something like that. But if you just want to specifically add some smart contract, then you can do. I don't have smart contract. I had. What is saying? Oh, sorry. Import that from. There you go. Now, what I want to create some instance. So, smart contract equal to new contract smart what is this thing called, equal to new something like that. Just a minute, let me see. Not here, here. Import path resolution. Yeah, like this, right? How many people are watching my video right now? Just 2 at 2:30. Okay, let me see. Direct imports and relative imports. That means I am just importing something initially. Yeah, this is correct or not? No, this is not correct. How to instantiate that? If I am not wrong, how to instantiate? Import remapping. Let me see. Let me actually understand everything. Let me just ask ChatGPT. I want to instantiate the smart contract. Yeah, this is the way. I have forgotten. Smart contract, then public contract, then I have to create a function, create contract. That will not grab anything, just do one thing, smart contract equal to new smart contract. I am instantiating the variables. It is saying no visibility specified. Did you use the, okay, sorry, I have forgotten to use here the public keyword. So that will instantiate the variable, right? Now if I try to deploy it using Remix VM, the random.sol, deploy it, I will create contract and the smart contract. After hitting the smart contract, I am getting an address, right? I am getting some address. What is the address? Address of that smart contract. So this is called address that we had actually here, not here. What was that actually? Yeah, in events. we had function were done modifiers. Functions modifiers can be used to amend the semantics of a functions in a key declarative way. This is the function modifier. We know function modifier. Overloading, this I have the same modifier. Okay, so it will modify that function. We know it actually. That is something called override keyword, where we will override the method. So how I will override the method? If I just write here function store, let me say unt 256 my number, let's say my number, it will public, and I will store key my let me use a retrieve, not require msg dot value is greater or equal to (1e18). After that failed. Okay, right? So first thing, I got a bug. That bug is saying कि unused function remove or contain the variable names. Okay, so that means what I had actually the store keyword. Random as if I do this right now, I am just inheriting the smart contracts. That time I got only one error. Is or as, maybe that is if I am not wrong. So override keyword missing. That is very simple, like modifier. So I will write public override. I got one other error. Did you forget to write virtual? What the hell? What the hell? Yeah. So it is saying ki, did you forget to write virtual? What does it mean actually? Means what? That override keywords only occurs when I will use virtual on that function on what I want to actually overwriting. So I will use virtual. Now it will compiles for sure. If I just command random.sol and compiles, I got another error. Remove comment out the variable name to silence in this warning. For this, oh, so it is not grabbing anything, right? Just disable this. Function has override specified but does not overwrite anything. Okay, so I can just overwrite one value. I can just set the not message. I will just do one thing. Yeah, I want to do control Z. Yeah. I want to so if I have access to the smart contracts, that time I should have access to that choiced number, right? So choiced number will be equal to my number plus 110. Yeah, there I go. So actually overwriting something. So if I deployed this, so if I just remove everything here, if I just deploy this and just quit here, if I store 23 and retrieve the value, I got 33 because I am just incrementing it by 1. So this is what of inheritance. So you should know this before learning modifiers. So okay, modifier is saying ki, let me write that code also. It is saying contract purchase. Okay, so yeah, after that contract purchase address public, there I go, yeah, seller address, then modifier only seller, this is the modifier, and requirement something very similar like if else statement, like if that happens require something, the first keyword is message dot the player who is sending, if he is seller, that time if that is not true, somehow, else statement I will write only seller can call this, there I go, and yeah, then underscore dot, what is this? What is that underscore here? Let me ask ChatGPT this. This already the underscore, the modifier represent the point which the function's body okay, got it. If I deploy it right now, deploy purchase, just remove everything and deploy. Message dot okay, so how to do, so I want to check that the money, there is message dot value, right? There is message dot value if I'm not wrong. Record message dot value is greater equal to 1E18 invalid balance. If I deploy this, I got it. If I seller, I'm calling the value, but I cannot actually modifying the value, right? This is something works as a modifier. Events, it is saying key, that is very similar to that. Yeah, another thing called struct. What does it mean by struct? That is very similar like a structure that yeah, I can create a structure like here struct, and the structure name, let's say variable, or maybe company. First thing will be let's say event 256 company ID, then maybe string, something like that. If I want to write, so that will be company. If you want to just write that functions here, so this is very similar like enum. Okay, so this is very similar like enum variables. So we had it in another programming language, another thing called types. We did it, uppers and right shifts, left shifts and all. This is very similar to the other programming languages that we had already. It is doing actually adds to and just read it up. So it's very similar like add, multiply, floor and all. Okay, one thing I've seen key when I don't write the public types here, that time that will be used as a what it calls internal, if I'm not wrong, internal. And there is another method called payable, means yeah, but that time I can pay money, like something like that. Yeah, there I go. If I write payable here, I cannot compile because I don't have state mutability already specified as a payable. Function retrieves return something, so yeah, I'm not paying something, so that time I will not use it. There you go. That is very okay. Another thing called Oracle. I have created construct Oracle. Okay, so let me try to do it. What is the address? Known contract, right? Okay. Let me write it Oracle stuffs, Oracle contract dot sol. There you go. First thing SPDX license identifier. Okay, at first they have created the contract, then the struct named as request, then the bytes. This is another data type, data, and they have created a function. Okay, that is a event 256. I like to use 256 external variable. Okay, read callback. Nice. That time they will just use this type and they create a private variable called request. Awesome. And they created an event that we have actually already learned. New request having type of event 256. Then they have created a memory. Okay, function query, query, query bytes memory data function. Okay, that functions 256 external callback public, then requests dot push. I'm adding something that inside of the requests array, this requests array dot push. What I'm pushing? Request of data and the callback. Very similar, very easy. And I will emit new requests request.length -1. Yeah, there you go. I'm getting an error. Okay. Another bug. Okay, my Bluetooth is disconnected. Let me connect it again. Yeah. So it is saying I don't have external variable. Okay, so maybe they have another one. Let me check it up again. Yeah. They have another. So yeah, I think this problem will just goes up. So then function reply, they did 256 request ID response public. Here goes that check the reply comes from the trusted source. Awesome. Requests having the request ID dot callback operation dot after 1 2 I will contract Oracle user. Okay, one thing, let me just change the functions Oracle contracts. That make is Oracle also, because it doesn't have contract user. It will create some user. It will is just creating the user, right? So Oracle constant Oracle means this Oracle having this type of that, not like this, not like this. Oracle constant having the private Oracle const equal to Oracle address of hexadecimal value 0x. Let me copy this value. This is not needed to be walk. I will try with my actually address, but let me do it with my money. Oh shit, I got 0.1 Ethereum. Okay. Because when you are using the testnet, that time you have to just store the money very carefully, because sometimes the faucets did not work. Okay, I have another viewers. Nice. Who is the viewer, man? Yeah, he just left on 244. He or she, I don't know. Okay. Where I got? What I have gone? Yeah, here I have done that. After that I have to just create the exchange rate. Okay, so even 256 exchange rate. Right, there I go. Then function buy something public require, not like that. So I'm just buying something. So Oracle const dot query. First thing is data means USD. Next thing is callback. This dot Oracle response. Function center is const okay. Still I got a bug. Where maybe at here. Yeah, it compiles successfully, expected but got this. Oh, where I did, oh, here. Another bug, identifier not found. Query that line, right? I don't know why it is not working. Let me not use external here. And one thing, ever when you are pasting the code on copying the code from somewhere, just understand that what changes actually it does, because it is very much serious when it comes to the concepts of smart contracts and you are copy pasting any random code. Yeah, so if you just want to paste something now, they will ask you have pasted a code snippet for contract in the editor. Make sure you fully understand the code before deploying interacting with it. don't get scammed. Running untrusted code can put your wallet at risk. In a worst case scenario, you could lose all your money. Okay, but it is good if I lose it, not like that. And if I deploy it, I got balance, so I want data, let's say 24, and the function 24 and test query reply, let's say 23, what is take reply, and response 404, something like that. Okay, so yeah, reply record cannot revert. Yeah, there is actually some problems in it. I've been actually giving the value. There are some niche concepts that to be taken, right? Yeah. Yeah, another thing called this is the most important stuff. I have actually a code snippet that I actually trying to write some time ago. So that is this one, this function. This function, if I create payme.sol, if I just paste this code, delete some value, yeah, so it is actually doing what? Function payme public payable, and if the require, so what it does, if the balance, if the so users can send money greater than 1 ETH. So how to do it? So require, you know what is require, what was it, msg dot value. That is not the correct way to write, to be very honest. The correct way to write 1e, like this 1e, sorry, 1e 18. That means 1e 18 means 1 ETH, sorry, yeah, that means 1 ETH. Now what, there is 18, because 1 ETH means 1 after 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, 1 2 3 4 6 7 8 WEI way. That means 10 to the power 8, 10 to the power 80 equals to 1 ETH. This is the way of written. Okay, so that means I am paying some money. So if I trying to compile this and run it up, deploy, make sure that you are actually deploying your payme. If I pay, just a minute, if I just delete everything, and if I just okay, just a minute, delete this, deploy, yes, I did deploy it successfully. Now if I pay, oh, the transaction has been reverted due to initial state insufficient fund. I means I don't have this much value. So how to actually get rid of it? Here in the value put 1 and pay again. Again it is value because I have written greater or equal to. Oh sorry, I am using WA. So use ether, 1 ether, and try to pay. Yeah, I paid and my balance is 1 ether. If I play, let's say 10 ether, just look at the balance. This is 1 and it is 11 ether. If I try to do using WEI, so we can just ETH converter, Ethereum converter, and you can get the values. You can just write here 3 ether equals to this amount of money. Copy this, paste it here, put it WEI, and just pay. Yeah, how many ether added? 3 ether added, so that will be for 14 ether. So that's how we actually send money, right? Again, what it is saying ki, okay, so the date, time and so on. Okay, the functions parameter in days, you can just follow. Okay, so let me do it. Let me say that what it does. Let me deploy it. I know it will just kickstart it off. Deploy. Yeah. If start, what is need? You want to start, let's say 1 2, day after 2 3, and if I just if it up, okay, if that is up, so I will just return hello public returns memory returns, doesn't return it. It doesn't return anything. If I just save it up, I got a bug. What is the problem in this code? Let me see. Yeah, that's what I actually written first. So public return, yeah, yeah. If because without else statement it will actually add an explicit return value with the non, yeah. If I try to deploy it up, let's say 12 comma 2 hello. Why hello? Just understand, I have written 12 and 2. So I am saying ki timestamp block dot timestamp should be greater or equal to the start, I mean 12 plus days after. Days after means I have written 2 12 plus 2 14 into 1 days, something like very similar like that. So yeah, if it is true, so if that is true, obviously the block timestamp should be greater than that. So yeah, nice thing. Now transaction properties. If I do one thing, if I just know the time, if I want to know the timestamp, what is this thing? So function control Z, so it will returns okay, so it is event, right? Right, is this. Yeah, when you understand the code, that time only run the code. This is the advice that no one will give you, right? If I get timestamps, so this is the timestamps, and it obviously is greater than that I had previously. So this is the get timestamps of the block. Yeah. What is the next? ABI encoding decoding. Yeah, this is easy actually. I had done quite few. And these are basically the what is called as object oriented programming, the super keyword and all. These are easy actually indeed. What is the time? 1:19. I think we are done, so we will just write another bunch of code. That will be what was that? Declarations and all. So arithmetic operations. Hmm. This is called Victor. It is compiled. There I go. And if I deploy this, bottom 12,15, I got 7 a minus b 7 sorry 5 12 minus 5 equal to 17, and underflow again 12,5. What are the differences between the two functions? This abstraction will revert on okay, the call of f23. So f means this one, 2 comma 3 get oh yeah, this transaction has been reverted to initial state. The called function should be payable. If you send the value to the value, you may not give. Okay, that will return this value, while g23, if I do g2 comma 3, another bug. Got it right, nice. We know revert, how to revert it. We know actually that. We know how to revert it, right? This is another type, right? So if I deploy it up, it will not actually. It is very niche stuff. 2 ways if the condition, yeah, this is very niche stuff. This is very, and this is the try and catch. We already know key catch error and all. So there is a type called panic. This executes in the case of a panic. That's a serious error. Okay, awesome. This executed in the case of revert was used. It's really awesome. So yeah, so we have done so many so far. We actually are awesome path, and we actually are doing very clean and awesome stuff. We know most of the stuff. So there is a cheat sheet where you all have not, or, and all bytes and everything, every cryptographic modules and all. So another thing that you should know before knowing smart contract programming, that is called encoding and decoding. What does it mean, encoding and decoding? I'm trying to write some functions, right? So yeah, let's say I want a string name, string sorry, there I go. And no, I want something like that. Public normal string. Right now, function get number, get or take number. So uint, not uint, string memory take number, that will be a public. I am changing, so yeah, pure, not, it will not return anything, it will just tell key my take number is equal to normal. Normal string. Why it is getting a bug? Okay, sorry, it is not, it is view indeed, yeah. So if I deploy it up, if I delete it and deploy it, I get a normal string. I can just, the string is 0 by default, take number, oh, that will be take string. Okay, so I will write Devayan, it has been taken, and if I take it, yeah, there you go. So take string, there you go. Now the get, that will not take anything, that will just string memory and return normal string. Yeah, if I delete it, deploy it, get string 0, normal string 0. If I just Devayan, oh yeah, now it should work. That's what I'm just saying, key why it is not changing here. Deploy, yeah. Now take number, Devayan, take, get, there I go. And normal string, what is normal string, buddy? Normal string is Devayan, and the previous one, if I just delete and deploy it again, and the previous one Normal string is something like that. If I just add pufferfish, take number, get string, yeah, there I go. That time that will be 0. Take, that is not number, that will be take string. Now I want to encode. Now why I am using is actually because you should know how encoding should work. So function encoding that will not do anything, right? Public view returns string memory and return key sec 256 of normal string. Okay. Okay, I cannot do it right here, so that is called abi.encoded encode fact, and it will return bytes 32 what I've seen, right? Yeah, so that will be closed, and before that I will write ksec 256. Yeah, so if you just try to say what is ksec 256, because we don't know that this is not true. We know that a says 256. This is also correct. That this means actually another cryptographic algorithm. So yeah, get store encoding number. It will take bytes 32 encoded. So encoding number is not declared yet. I've stored. Now function get oops. Oops, not number, that is string. Actually, there are so many new concepts in here. Where to write view, where to write view. Sometimes everything didn't come on your mind. So yeah. So now delete everything. Try to deploy it. It's deployed. Yeah. Okay. Now store the encoded message. At first I have to take the string, right? So I have to take the text string. Store the encoded message. Encoding. Yeah, it encoded. This is the encoded string. Get encoded string. There I go. Get string. Devan. Normal string. Devan. There I go. So I think this is the converted one. And from Devan I'm getting this encoded string. From normal string I'm getting this encoded string. So if I don't write get encoded function, so that will work, right? So yeah, there I go, because it actually changing under the hood of stuff. So I think I'm done for today. Yeah, it's 1:38. I think I'm done for today. There I go. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next time, buddy.